like button. You know, we back at work. So I got a chance last night. And I ain't really watched the whole thing because I was like in and out. Yeah, but I don't understand. What was Big Bank trying to accomplish? Like he lost credibility. Well, he been lost credibility in my eyes, but he lost even more credibility interviewing 6ix9ine. Like I just didn't understand the purpose of that video. I mean, of that interview. I really didn't. I think he made himself look flawed, man. Now I'm driving a tow truck. Can't even see. What's up, Shalon? He made himself look flawed, y'all. Like I don't get it. Like I watched a little bit of it. Well, I was like half asleep. And I just had it playing. You know, so I caught some portions of it. And I left confused. Did anybody else leave confused by watching that interview? I didn't understand the purpose. It looked like to me 6ix9ine is still trying to look like 6ix9ine still trying to prove itself. It's like, bro, let it go, my nigga. Let it go. People ain't rocking with you. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing you can do to change it. And that's just what it is. But for Big Bank, the only thing I can see, the only reason I think he did it was for views. Because I don't see no other reason as to what was the purpose for him to interview 6ix9ine. Like, he didn't gain anything. Like, what did you gain? Making himself look bad, y'all. He's supposed to be a reputable dude from Atlanta. 2800, what it is. A lot of the young boys, like Thug and them, you know, young to him, respect you. But yet, you get on a platform, you interview 6ix9ine. I don't know, he kind of confused me with that shit. Like, I ain't really understand it. And know what he did? He opened up the door for a Whack 100 or Kodak Black. You know, Whack 100 was the first person to interview 6ix9ine. Kodak Black did the video, song with 6ix9ine. So you opened up the door to kind of like justify what them niggas did. Yo, the community is done with 6ix9ine. They done with it. He wasn't never even, he was only loosely connected anyway. I told y'all, I think 6ix9ine was an agent from the beginning. I think 6ix9ine got into Treyway to take them down, to help take them down. Like he didn't even expound on that. Like when 6ix9ine said that they was under investigation since 2013, and he didn't get with them until 2017, I would have highlighted that in that interview. Yo, so hold the fuck up, yo. So it was under investigation. Your driver was working with the feds. You end up getting arrested and working with the feds. It looked like to me it was a setup from the beginning. Like if he was going to do that interview, you should have did it with a purpose. It just looked like it didn't have a purpose. Like the purpose was for views. That's it. That's all. That's it. And that's all. 6ix9ine purpose was to show that y'all niggas got pics. Y'all niggas will work with a rat. So 6ix9ine really made him look bad. And I don't think he realized that. You sit there and allow 6ix9ine to use you to diminish your value, to diminish your character. And I don't think he realized it. Yeah, for real, JB. Yeah, like yo, like it didn't make sense, J. Like I don't get it. Somebody need to ask him that. Like you know, I need him to, you know, yo, why'd you do that interview? Alright, I know it was just about the views, but it ain't serve no other purpose, like at all. No other purpose, just views. If that's how you operating, you know, I guess, you know, it's cool, I guess. It just didn't make sense to me. Because, yeah, you getting the views, but you diminish the value at the same time. You diminish the value, man. I don't know, y'all, I just was confused. Like, shit was pointless. Shit was a pointless interview. It was horribly orchestrated. Like it was all over the place. Like it was no, it wasn't no. This was all over the place, man. I just ain't understand it. Right. Yeah, like the 6ix9ine made him look bad, man. And 6ix9ine don't be speaking, and it's crazy because he don't need to be speaking facts. Like, only people that think 6ix9ine speaking facts is people that's just like 6ix9ine. Like, you feel me? Like, they don't be speaking no facts. And that's what I'm saying, JB, like, he didn't even expose that. Like, yo, I'm just saying, if you was going to do the interview, you should at least did it with a purpose. Outside of monetization. Why you didn't expose, because he going around talking about he spit facts. Why you didn't do the interview exposing the fact that he don't speak facts? Why do it that way? Like, that would have been a way better interview. You put this shit to bed, because you got so many people like 6ix9ine running around on the internet talking about what I'm saying, but what he say wrong? So 6ix9ine brought up the fact that him being a Mexican and being the snitch is the reason niggas ain't fuck with him. No. Him being a Mexican telling on black man is no different than black men killing black men. Like, yo, how is that even, yo, that's not, it's no connection there. Like, how you allow, yo, to say that and just allowed it? Like, there's no connection there. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Yo, you are in a culture, 6ix9ine is in a culture created by black Americans. You come in as a Mexican and told on black Americans, and you wondering why niggas ain't fucking with you? Calling it racist? Nah, fuck no, nigga. I think it would be the same if a black person was to be allowed in the Mexican culture and told on one of, it would be the same. For one, they wouldn't even allow us to even, you know, get into that culture to that extent. I mean, it was a motherfucking privilege, or you was lucky to even be allowed to even dwell over here, man. Because we can't do shit. We can't do shit over there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, James, I just don't understand it, James. Yeah, saying 6ix9ine said he paid him, but it's like, yo, you paid. To me, how it looked, this big bank got paid to ruin his image. You ruined your image, bro. You ruined your character. Like, you're not looked at the same. Go to the comments. You read the comments. People like, yo, what the fuck was up with this bank? Like, this shit didn't really make sense. Like, yo, people is going off the deep end with this content shit, man. They see 6ix9ine can bring in numbers, and that's all they worried about. Alright, you gonna get the numbers, bro, but You don't care how you viewed up this bitch. You don't care when your integrity is on the line. If we just watched the dude from DC on yesterday live, Big Sight, the issue that he's having right now is that he spent years and years and years building up his resume. You know what I mean? Being looked at as an honorable man in the streets, only for it to be teared down on the internet. How Big Bank don't see it that way? You feel me? Like, you spend years and years building your name, building your resume, building your legacy, only to get on the internet and start selling that shit for pennies? Selling this shit for views? I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with 6ix9ine. I think 6ix9ine's a fed agent, to be honest. That's probably how he's still around. Niggas don't want to touch that boy. You see what happened to the last dudes that touched him. What the fuck happened to them? I wonder how much time they caught. You can look that up. What happened to the guys that jumped 6ix9ine in Planet Fitness?
3 men, Rafael Medina Jr., Octavius Medina, and Anthony Maldonado, were arrested for attacking Tekashi 6ix9ine in an LA fitness sauna in Florida. They were charged with robbery and battery, and the incident occurred in March 2023.
Yeah, what happened to him, though? As of early 2025, 6ix9ine is suing LA Fitness for $1 million, claiming the gym failed to provide adequate security. Now, he's snitching on them, too. God damn, niggas just won't stop telling. Still telling. They went to jail. That's what I know. They got locked up, but what happened? Like, how much time did he catch time? Has the guys that jumped 6ix9ine been sentenced to any jail time?
Yes, the people who jumped 6ix9ine have been sentenced. He had to serve 3 months in jail for violating the terms of his supervised release, which included drug use and unauthorized travel related to his 2019 case.
That's not the same. No, that's 6ix9ine. I'm talking about the dudes that jumped on. I'm almost at my house. I'm ready to be able to pull that shit up. Because I really want to know what happened with them niggas. Like, what the fuck happened? It's like, they got arrested. It was a big story. They got arrested, and then you don't hear nothing else from it. Like, it just, nothing else needs to be said. And what was the conclusion? I got charged for jumping on the fed agent. I don't know. I just didn't understand that Big Bank interview. Like, I don't. That interview was crazy. It was pointless. Like, nobody was looking for it. It didn't need to happen. I just think it was a pointless interview. It was pointless. Like, he didn't stand to gain anything. 6ix9ine didn't gain nothing. Like, nobody gained anything. 6ix9ine didn't gain nothing. Big Bank didn't gain anything. Only thing 6ix9ine proved is that you niggas is willing to work with a rat. If it's money involved. Outside of that, that's it. That's it. My thing with Bank, even if he paid you, bro, you see the coach is basically done with 6ix9ine. All he does is antagonize. All he does is antagonize. Try to trick niggas out the streets. He like Charleston White. That's what I fell out from Bank for real. Interviewing Charleston White. Like, if we interviewing this nigga for, like, I wouldn't even want to sit across from yo at this point. Unless we're addressing the bullshit, like really addressing it, not no, just no conversation about it. Like, yo, we really gotta get to the root of this bullshit. Like, yo, what's up with you, bro? Like, what's your purpose? What's your goal? Like, why are you out here just being antagonistic? saying anything. Like, that's what we need to talk about. We're not talking about that, and we come to some real clear understanding on that. Who the fuck is paying you, y'all? Like, who's backing you for real? Like, let's talk about that shit. Yeah, man, the real shit. These people that's funding you, they don't have no problem with you. When you disrespect the black community in the way that you do they ever say anything to you? Are they asking you to do this? Like, real conversations. Like, that's what I need to hear. If you're gonna have a conversation with them type niggas, that's what that should need to be centered around. Ask 6ix9ine, have you been a Fed agent the whole time? Because it look a little suspect. Seemed to came out of nowhere, came out blue, linked up with these bloods that you had zero affiliation to prior to your rise in the hip hop industry. Damn near all their charges are centered around things that you told them to do. It just screams to me that you was working with the Fed since the beginning. Is that the case? Like real questions. The community before we embrace a nigga. Yeah, man. Charleston White, are you a Fed agent? And don't just ask him. Explain why is it that you think he's a Fed agent. How did you really end up in California, Charleston? Because I find it mighty strange how a man from Texas who was a so-called youth advocate ended up in California around gangbangers, got so entrenched with these gangbangers that you ended up at Nipsey Hussle's funeral. How did all that really play out? Because I watched the Say Cheese interview where you said that you got put into like a mental institution, and from there you went to California. I just think that's odd. Like the sequence of events is just a little strange, Strange to me that you're working with somebody. You don't typically see stuff play out that way. Real questions, y'all. That's the only way I would ever sit across from any of them niggas. Real questions. Not none of this dumbass shit. How is it that you got so many arrests, Charleston, and yet and still you're able to hold the gun, carry your gun? How are you able to make online threats and not go to jail when everybody else who make online threats end up indicted? Those type of questions, man. I don't think I'm crying at all. You don't want to know? Dory? You don't think those questions are important? I think so. (6ix9ine), how is it that your driver was a Fed agent? You had no indication that he was working with the Feds? Real question. I don't think nobody ever asked him that. What's the odds of your driver working with the Feds? What's the odds of that? Like, your driver really was a Fed agent. And you work closely with this guy. There's videos of you and him together in the middle of the night while you editing videos. You mean to tell me you didn't know at all that he was working with the Feds? No indication? No signs? Nothing? Yeah, man. Real questions, y'all. Like, that's the only way that interview would have made sense. Is if he asked them real questions. Not nothing stupid. Cause I think that's I think it's very odd that 6ix9ine driver was a Fed agent. I think that's odd. That's odd. 6ix9ine was right about what? What was 6ix9ine right about? Right. When did he become your driver? Like, was he referred to you? Like, did the label give you this drop? Like, yo, let me let this Doug out. Yo, what I tell you about that shit, man? Why every time I open the door, you screaming out? I'm just saying, yo, these are the questions that I would need answered, man. He said a valid reason. Plus, he was never. No, yo, 6ix9ine didn't have no valid reason, man. How he had a valid reason? Yo, there's no valid reason to be snitch on us, especially when he was involved. Like, I'm not trying to hear, oh, Rob, they did this. Yo, what did you do? Like, if you think they just woke up in the morning and decided, let's rob 6ix9ine. Oh, yo, he did something, man. He tried to separate. I told you that. Yo, you can't use us and then separate when you feel like it, man. Fuck no. Man, since lying, look at they ain't kill his motherfucking ass, man. Like, yo, see, I don't think y'all understand. Some of y'all don't understand how real shit is. Yo, you mean to tell me 6ix9ine, understand what I'm saying? You gonna use us to get what you want to get, and then you just gonna try to cut us off? Man, fuck no. Man, hell no. Nope. Nah, man, don't go that way. Man. That's why I think he was the fucking police. That's why I think everybody was benefiting. They was everybody benefited. And no 6ix9ine if it wasn't for them niggas. Do people understand that? Crazy, man. Man, you fucking crazy, yo. Like, me not snitching got shit to do with what this person did. Like, I'm not gonna run to the police because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in telling law enforcement. It don't have nothing to do with you. I don't even know what he's talking about. I'm not going to snitch because you snitch. I don't even know what he's talking about, man. I don't know why he told y'all all that. But his ass lying. Nigga, what get it? You think 6ix9ine would have got 40? He won't get no fucking 47 years. The most he'd probably got is 10. Then Shotty got 11. Yeah, because he was working with the people the whole time. How long has it been? Hold on. When did 6ix9ine release Gummo? It was called Gummo. When did 6ix9ine release Gummo? 2018.
The U.S. release date for the film Gummo was October 17th, 1997, following its premiere at the Telluride Film Festival on August 29th.
When
6ix9ine began a 3-month sentence in January 2026 for violating his supervised release, turning himself in on January 6th, 2026.
Yo, he got arrested right after that. You understand that? That he released the song Gummo and got arrested months later. He got arrested the same year. So it looked. Thank you. That's why people was leaving. Appreciate it, JB. How long we probably was brilliant for a minute because motherfucker been leaving probably for like 2 minutes. If Bank was gonna conduct that interview, all right, he should have at least brought some perspective. Ain't that the name of his platform? This is the second time I called him out for that. Yo, your name of your platform is called Perspectives, yo, but you're not bringing no perspective. He is not. He is not doing a good job bringing perspective to his platform. This is the second time he did this, and I done called him out for it. Like, yo, you need to change the name of that shit or something, bro, because that the name is misleading. But yo, there's no perspective. Yo, you letting the nigga just say anything. You let the nigga say he was facing 47 years. We know good and goddamn well. That's just like if I get charged with a handgun violation, say that's 5 years, handgun on person. Then I get charged with an aggravated, that's 15 years. So technically, I'm facing 20 years in prison. But in reality, I might get 7. You understand what I'm saying? Technically, he was facing 47 years in prison. But in reality, 6ix9ine probably got 5. That man wasn't gonna get no real time for that shit, man. Ain't like it's a murder case. You feel me? Shit wasn't no murder. Yeah, I've been snitched on, man. That's what I'm saying. That shit ain't even no good feeling, y'all. Man, that's the worst feeling in the world, man. Motherfucker tell on you, man. For real. Like, what the fuck, you bitch ass nigga? That's the worst feeling in the world, getting told on, y'all. That's all he did it for, Lamar. Because I can't see no other reason. Like, I don't. He lost more than he gained. You know, you might have made a couple dollars, bro, but you lost integrity points. You lost integrity points, my nigga. So look what Whack 100 had to say. Whack 100 on his ass. You know it's an issue when Whack 100 is making sense. You know some shit ain't right.
Yo, listen. Let's walk this shit down. 5 years ago, when I get the call from Act, 6ix9ine want to interview with you. You up for it? For sure. What the streets gonna think about you? Nigga, the streets. When I did it, y'all heard 21 Savage come on there and say, yo, Wack, that was lame. You interviewed 6ix9ine, everybody talking. When this Valley Ninja kicked the door in, when this wolf chose his own path. And to this day, me and little bro, me and Dad, you 6ix9ine, whatever you want to call him, we straight, we tight, we solid. Now I look up, Big Bank's go on there. I want to hear all y'all call him a lame. Because there's no reason to talk to 6ix9ine. He ain't did nothing new but continue to grow and flourish in his career. It ain't been no new this or new this. The people still in jail. Mail murder out, ain't said nothing, did nothing, ain't gonna do nothing. Over there trying to figure out where he gonna get his next meal. Listen, man, out there to the kids. What the streets is telling you to do, what you can do, what you can say, what you can't say. You do what you do. In the meantime, go to the App Store, hit nothing but content, go subscribe, and see what's really going on. 6ix9ine, good luck. And for the rest of y'all, the streets is a myth. Troy Ave verse.
Yo. So y'all remember, right? You hear what he said at the end, right? You see how he referenced Troy Ave at the end? Yo, what did I tell y'all happened? For the people that follow my channel, what did I tell y'all happened, y'all? I told y'all they first tried to push the snitching shit through 6ix9ine. It didn't work. Then they used Troy Ave. So you got Wack 100, who was pivotal in all this shit. He was pivotal in the whole play. 6ix9ine and Troy Ave. So now it's looking like whatever, you know, and Wack is controlled. Like, he's not doing this on his own. Like, Wack fuck around got a handler. He's doing this on behalf of somebody else. So now he sees that the thing that he tried to push through is actually coming into fruition. Right? So he's talking about 6ix9ine because that was the first play he tried to push. It worked with Troy Ave. Then he referenced Troy Ave at the end of it. Yo, but it's not about the streets, yo. Yo, we moving away from moles. That's what's really going on. They're just using the streets as a monolith. Would that be the right word to use? But it's really that, yo, they're trying to push us away from principle. They're trying to push us away from integrity. They're trying to push us away from morals. And they're just using the streets to do it. Yo, there's no honor in a snitch. There's no honor in that. There's no honor in that. And it ain't never had anything to do with the streets. And no matter how many people get told on, yo, people still gonna commit crimes. People still gonna commit crimes. So I don't understand what's like the only purpose to pushing this snitch shit is to push people away from integrity. You know, because in order to tell on a motherfucker, yo, you have to have a certain level of I don't give a fuck in you. You know, you have to have a certain level of the fuck is they doing? Of selfishness in you. Because everybody can't do that. In order to tell on a motherfucker, yo, you have to have the mentality of me or him. You feel me? It's either me or him. You have to have a certain level of self-preservation in you. To where as though you say that, I don't care what I did. I don't want to take accountability for my actions. You understand? It's bigger than just the streets. It's a lot that go into a person being a rat, man. Most snitches lack accountability. Most snitches lie. They steal. But they're trying to use this as a means to move away from morals, to move away from principles. That's what they doing, man. They want more sellouts. That's why you got so many people selling out at a high rate. And y'all know, based off of history, or you should know, that the black sellout is the biggest fucking problem in the black community. The biggest problem, man. That shit worse than gun violence. That shit worse than gun violence, man. Malcolm X been told you, been warned you about the black sellout. Your only thing snitching gonna do is raise the prison population. It's never gonna stop crime. It's never gonna stop crime. Crime doesn't happen because niggas is scared to get told on. Crime happens because motherfuckers is frustrated. You know, the economics is fucked up. Crime happens because the education is fucked up. Crime happens because there's no money in the community. No positive money, no job money, no resources. That's why crime happen. It don't matter how many niggas get told on. That shit ain't never gonna stop the criminal element of the streets. So I don't understand the purpose or the goal of this. To me, it looks like the goal of this is to move people away from moles. You know, snitches is some of the most dangerous people. Y'all, like I said, they lie. Nobody want to be around no fucking liar, dude. I mean, these same niggas. Look at Troy Ave. Prime example. You see how he was moving at he told? You can tell he was going to tell before he told based off of how he moved. Based off even him putting Banger in that fucked up situation. But somehow, some way, they didn't trick people to believe that, yo, Troy Ave is actually a good guy, you know? He actually did what he was supposed to do. But everybody that was involved in that situation don't even fuck with Cho no more because of how he handled that situation, man. You know what I mean? That man handled that situation horribly. Horribly. That man turned Banger Death into a marketing campaign for itself. Now, what type of man do that? What type of man of any moral standard does that? Your homeboy dies and you turns it into a marketing campaign for yourself? All the while neglecting the family needs? Man, fuck out of here, man. That man a clown. Sardines, what it is. That man a clown, man. But like I said, Big Bank opened the door up for this. He opened the door up for this, yo. Now you got Whack 100 clowning him. Because it worked. You know what I mean? It worked. Him and Charleston White successfully are pushing snitch culture through the internet. Because the hope is if we could push it through the internet, we can make it touch the streets. That's the hope. It used to be the other way around. It used to be the streets dictated what goes on. But now they trying to make the internet so influential that we can actually push ignorance in the community through the internet. And that's what they doing, y'all. That's what they doing. They pushing ignorance through the internet, hoping to touch the streets. And they lying to people, making people think that, snitching is okay. Yo, you'll still get killed, man. In the streets, outside, in the real world, not even the streets, in politics, at work, yo, people still don't respect the snitch. But the internet and these guys force you to believe that, no, hell no. No, hell no. You can snitch and still come outside every day. People still gonna respect you. You can still. Oh man, that ain't reality. They out here getting people hurt. Yeah, Whack a fucking agent. Whack a agent. Like I said, yo, he the one that originally pushed that snitch culture, yo. And they used Troy Ave to do it. They used Troy Ave to do it. That's why he referenced Troy Ave at the end of that fucking what's it called? Because he knew it was a play from the beginning. People rejected 6ix9ine. Rejected him immediately. You feel me? As soon as he came, nah, fuck no. Nope. You told on black man, bro, as an outsider. It shouldn't be no coming back. Big Bank. You shouldn't take that nigga money, bro. He told on black man from an outsider. Nigga, if we was outsiders in their community and told, you think we'll be let back in? Fuck no, we ain't gonna be let in from the beginning. We ain't even gonna be let in from the beginning, man. Go to a Mexican neighborhood and open up a motherfucking taco stand. See what the fuck happened. They gonna shut that shit down, nigga. They gonna shut that shit down. And if you are allowed, then charge more than the Mexicans. See what the fuck happened. Cause that's basically what 6ix9ine did. He was allowed then told on niggas. And now he think he's supposed to still be allowed then? Man, fuck no, nigga. Stay your ass outside forever, bitch. You need to be forever looking through the window. Right. Yo, it's so much stuff that's told. Yo, Whack 100 is an agent because Whack 100 is all through that Big U paperwork. Whack 100 was a co-conspirator in that situation with Loose Cannon. He never went to jail. Whack 100 was impeding on a federal investigation of Big U. He never went to jail. Like, a lot of these niggas agents, man. That's why I call mob ties the police. Niggas still ain't even trying to call that out. You know what I mean? People letting mob ties parade around playing both sides of the field. You know what I mean? Playing both sides of the field. They playing gangster, but the whole time they playing police too. Niggas scared to call that out. Niggas keep saying, nah, yo, it's gonna be a mob ties Rico. Nigga, no the fuck it ain't. No, it ain't. What the fuck is wrong with niggas, man? If it was gonna be a mob ties Rico, they'd have never arrested All-Star JR, nigga. People like, yeah, the internet is just, yo, most of these niggas, I don't know what they be talking about, y'all. Yo, They talking about, no, they locked up All-Star JR because they need him to write a statement. Yo, that makes sense to y'all? That makes sense. We watched a robbery on video with at least 50 witnesses to the situation. We watched a police officer early on in the investigation detail everything that went on. We read in paperwork that a robbery occurred where items were stolen. And we see the victim, All-Star JR, ends up shooting 2 of the guys or 3 of the people. How he did it, I don't know if he had the gun or not. This is all facts. But then the paperwork comes out. This before the paperwork, matter of fact. So then the paperwork comes out, and the robbers are mentioned in the paperwork as Doe 1, 2, and 3. They calling them Does. That lets you know ain't no investigation on them. Because if they was really under investigation, they'd have used their name. And it was in the stand your ground state. They would have used their names. They called them niggas Doe 1, Doe 2, and Doe 3. Let you know that whenever they use the word Doe, they don't want this person's name associated to the situation. It's a reason. It's the only time in paperwork when they use Doe. They didn't call them co-conspirators. They didn't call them unindicted co-conspirators. They called them Does, which means that basically what they did don't even matter. Basically, they didn't play no role in this situation. And you got niggas talking about, nah, yo, All-Star JR, they want him to write a statement. Yo, they don't need him to write no fucking statement, man. That's why a hell of people wrote statements. Nah, man, they locked up All-Star JR because he was putting pressure on mob ties, man. And Jay Prince, they fuck around old Jay Prince a favor. The fuck? That's why they locked his ass up. And if I'm wrong, I get on this bitch and be like, yo, yeah, you right, I was wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong, man. I don't think I'm wrong. I think mob ties is fully entrenched into the federal government. Fully entrenched. Yo, the streets ain't no myth, bully. What's mythical about the streets, y'all? Myth, the term myth would mean is fake. What does myth mean? What's the definition of a myth? What is the definition of a myth? What's an example of a myth? Well, that's not talking, y'all. Shit dumb as shit.
Myths are traditional stories that explain natural events, cultural beliefs, or human behavior. Examples include the myth of Persephone and the seasons, Pandora's box, and the story of Daedalus and Icarus, which warns against pride. Other myths include those from Aztec, Egyptian.
What is the definition of myth?
These myths.
Motherfucker's not telling me nothing. Well, ain't nothing mythical about the streets, y'all, because the streets is real. Niggas is dying. East Baltimore, John, what it is. Yeah, for real, Sour D's. Like, I don't know, mythical. For it to be a myth, that means, the people that died, they gonna come back. The people that caught life sentences with no possibility of parole, it actually never happened. They actually can walk out anytime they feel like it. Ain't nothing mythical about no streets, man. Yeah, they are police. I agree. I do agree with that, boy. All mob bosses brought the police. I think a lot of them early drug dealers was working with the feds. Maybe, if not directly, indirectly. I think a lot of them, especially the ones that still around, I think a lot of them was working with the feds, man. I think it was collaborative effort. You know, we're gonna do it through media. We're gonna flood the neighborhood with drugs and guns. We're gonna put some people on. I think gangs were started by the government too. I think gangs were started by the government. You gotta remember, y'all, we ain't started experiencing problems in the black community until they killed all our leaders. That's when violence started to become a thing. I mean, when we had Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and the Black Panthers and shit like that, yo, violence wasn't out of control. Violence ain't become out of control until they got rid of all them niggas. And then, you know, COINTELPRO really what destroyed the black community. When they realized that you can pay some of these black men to be police officers, that's what killed the black community, man. That's what made our community so, I ain't gonna say killed it, but that's what fucked up our community. When they realized that you can pay these niggas. These niggas take money. These niggas will take money, get close to these other guys, and help us take them down. And it's still going on today in entertainment. Like, you don't know who these rappers is. You don't know who these guys is. I think it's common sense to say that mob ties working with the feds. I don't think that's a stretch. I don't think that's slander. I think anybody with a logical mind that knows how the system works can view everything that's going on around them, everything that has went on around them, and can determine that, yo, they working with the police. I told Jay Prince Jr. in the comments, I mean not Jay Prince, All-Star Jr. in the comments, he need to chill out. He was going about it the wrong way. I think if he'd have chilled out and not made them videos and just moved on, I don't think they would have locked him up. I think they locked him up because he was putting too much pressure on them niggas. And it was bad for their reputation. Mob ties. So Jay Prince put a call in on them niggas. That's why when the paperwork came out, All-Star JR he was portrayed as the aggressor. Yeah, man, like I couldn't believe that. And it wasn't that he was just portrayed as the aggressor. Blogs like AK-47 and DJ Academics, who before the paperwork got released, was portraying him as the victim. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? How you niggas just switched like that? Like we ain't see what happened. Like, yo, niggas literally just switched based off the paperwork when we watched what happened. That was a little odd to me, y'all. I ain't understand that. Like, I don't give a fuck what paperwork say. I seen this shit with my own motherfucking eyes. You feel me? It's like I say, like you know, you got some of these people, like, I'm gonna use Candace Owens for example. Candace Owens, they made a lot of money speaking on issues in the black community. But Candace Owens never lived in a predominantly black community. So people who listen to Candace Owens based off the book she read. But I lived in the black community my whole life. So no matter how many books you read, you can never really explain it in a way I can explain it as a person who lived it. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't matter what's in the books. So in All-Star JR case, it don't matter what that paperwork say. I don't give a fuck what the feds writing the paperwork. Bitch, we seen it. So how is it that these niggas changed their perception on the whole situation when we fucking watched what happened? Yo, them niggas was beating the fuck out yo. Hitting him with chairs, taking his chain. It's in paperwork that they took his fucking chain, took his watch. How the fuck is he the only nigga that go to jail? Nah, bro. That shit don't go like that in real life. No, yo, when everything is fair, it don't. That's not how it works. Shit don't go like that. Them niggas should have caught state charges for attempt murder. All of them, everybody involved, except for All-Star JR. If they was gonna lock All-Star JR for the gun, they should have locked up Ben 10, Dead and Ron, and Jay Prince Jr. for attempted murder. Because when everything is normal, that's how it goes. When everything is normal, if me and you commit a crime together and we get shot, we're going to get charged not only for that crime, we're also going to get charged for that shooting. That's how it goes when it's normal. So the minute I seen that All-Star JR got arrested by himself and that paperwork came out, I said, I see what's going on. They put the police on that boy, man. They put the police on that boy, man. And no, it ain't no situation where they want him to make a statement. Fuck no, they don't need no statement. They saying what happened. Fuck they need a statement for. It's on fucking video. You feel me? They don't need no goddamn statement. It's on video. It's hella witnesses that made statements. The fucking original police, the original report from the Houston police made a fucking statement. Nah, y'all. They put the police on that man. And look what happened now. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Man, but that was the hottest thing on the internet for a while. What's up, kid, baby? What's up, Harlem? That was the hottest thing on the internet for a while. Everybody was talking about it. The minute you went to jail, 2 days later, it's like it never happened. They made Joe the problem, yo. When he really wasn't a problem at all. Oh, Memphis, what it do? Yup. It's crickets. That was the whole purpose. He's applying too much pressure. The only way we can stop him is if we lock him up. It's the only way we can stop him. You notice the feds ain't do no motherfucking press conference. Why they ain't do no press conference, man? They normally do press conferences with these type of arrests. They ain't do no press conference where they can act, where people get to ask them questions. No, they just locked his ass up. Yeah, yo, it's obvious what happened, bro. What's up, Ball Out? It's obvious what happened, yo. It's just sad that there's so many people on YouTube that's not willing to say it. Like, niggas act like they scared of them niggas. Yo, I'm too well versed in the streets to believe anything other than that. And that's, they put the police on them niggas. I know how that shit go, yo. I was locked up with a dude that caught a robbery and the police killed this fucking co-defendant and he charged with murder. I was locked up with a dude. Yo, caught 18 years for that shit. 18 years for that shit. They robbed fucking Super Fresh. The police killed his homeboy and he caught 18 years for that shit. They charged him for the murder. Come on, yo. I know how that shit go. And that law is everywhere. And it doesn't matter. Even if All-Star JR even if All-Star JR had the gun unlawfully, it still doesn't matter. They still was supposed to be charged for that. And like I said, I'm not saying this because I want them charged. I'm saying this so people know who the fuck Mob Ties is. Man, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, man. Straight up. That's the only reason I'm saying that people need to know who the fuck they are. They the fucking police, man. They the police. That's why Finesse can't get out that goddamn contract. They'll say lawyers be turning them down. You know what I mean? They ain't even trying, yo. I don't know what favors that family have done for the federal government. Maybe they played the role in pushing ignorance into the community and they getting favor for that. But they heavily invested in law enforcement. Heavily invested. Yo, we talking about murders. Yo, people know what a RICO is? Yo, to be a head of a RICO, you don't have to commit no crimes. If let's say we got a gang called Keep It G News, right? We got a gang called Keep It G News. I'm the leader of the Keep It G News gang. Follow me, right? All of y'all, we all part of this gang. It's 47 people on here, 44 people on here. let's say 6 of y'all committed crimes. I could have been there or may not have been there. You feel me? Let's say y'all got caught up on one of y'all got caught up with some bricks. One of y'all got caught up on attempt murder. One of y'all got caught up on a murder. One of y'all got caught up on some weed. One of y'all got caught up pimping hoes. But we all under this Keep It G News umbrella. And every time y'all arrest, say y'all got Keep It G News tattoos. They saying these tattoos. Now, that gives them the ability, because of y'all individual crimes, that gives them the ability to lock all 40 of us up. I'm the head of the investigation. I'm the leader of the gang. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did a goddamn thing. I wasn't there when you sold these drugs. I wasn't there when you shot this person. I wasn't there when you was pimping these hoes. But I'm the face of the gang. Then they gonna grab all of us up, hit us with a RICO. So you got, right, it's gonna be organized crime. So you got the murder of Takeoff, the murder of Duke the Jeweler. You got the shooting of Ben 10 and Dead Enron, and probably a whole bunch of other shit that we don't know about. Mind you, J. Prince Jr. ain't do nothing. J. Prince Sr. ain't do nothing. But this particular group of people was there. For all instance, DJ Pat is mob ties. The one that's locked up for Takeoff murder is mob ties. Everything else is unsolved. That's when niggas get hit with RICOs, man. That's when niggas get hit with RICOs. I'm gonna give you another example. Say we running a dope strip, right? We running a dope strip. We getting money selling dope. Niggas getting locked up and shit. So say we had like a 3-year run on the dope. We banging. We making $15,000 a day. We killing. You feel me? In this 3 year time frame, let's say 7 people get murdered. Right? Now, of these 7 murders, nobody got charged. All these murders is unsolved. Know what they do? They grab the whole block. Hit us with all them motherfucking all them times niggas got arrested for them drugs. Yeah, that's going to indictment. That's going to indictment. Everybody going down. This is a criminal organization, and they gonna put the murders in the paperwork. The unsolved ones. The unsolved ones. All of that is going in the paperwork. Criminal organization. On this day, this person was murdered. We believe that a member of the organization did this, that, and the third. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I've been in the streets way too long, y'all. I know exactly how it goes, yo. And when it don't go that way, I got questions. Straight up. Yup. When it don't go that way, I got questions, because I seen it go this way 40 fucking times. You feel me? Not once, not twice. I'm talking about this is how it always goes. So when it don't go this way, yo, something ain't right. Something ain't right, man. And something ain't right with mob ties, man. Something ain't right with mob ties, yo. And like I said, I don't want them to go to jail. Because, hey, I want niggas to stop hanging with them. That's what the fuck I want. I want niggas that surround them to realize that, yo, you fuck around be working with law enforcement and don't know. You know what I mean? You fuck around be working with law enforcement indirectly and just don't know. Be careful. Because them niggas ain't never gonna go down. But you will. You will. But they won't. It'll never reach them. But it'll get everybody under them. And typically, when it goes that way, that's when the whole motherfucking ship collapsed. The whole building collapsed. And that's when they come after everybody. And they hit everybody with charges. And they charge you under the gang RICO statute. Yo, just imagine. Just imagine the things that been going on that we don't know about. You feel me? Like, I'm sure it's been a whole bunch going on around mob ties that we don't know about. Like, completely oblivious to us. Yo, you had a fucking Grammy nominated rapper, murdered over a dice game or doing a dice game. And only one person went to jail for that shit. Two. But only one person went to jail for the shooting. And look at how Quavo and Offset been moving. Like, yo, what the fuck, yo, like, yo, what's up with you niggas? Like, yo, y'all don't think that, like, yo, Quavo, Offset, yo, your fucking peoples was murdered, my nigga. Like, y'all niggas acting like it never happened. Like, yo, they're literally acting as if Takeoff never was murdered. Like, they literally just moved on with their life, moved on with their careers, never talked about it, never mentioned it, maybe but once or twice. Meanwhile, these niggas is still running around like a fucking like a hyena. Yeah, man, running around like a motherfucking lion on a elephant, a lion on a giraffe or something. You heard me? They ain't changed a bit. You got all these RICOs, all these indictments, and these niggas ain't been touched. Man, them niggas the police, man. And All-Star JR was sacrificed. That's what happened with All-Star JR. That boy was sacrificed, man. Somebody had to go to jail. That shit fucked up. I'm fucking hungry. Nah, brother, face. Can't pick the case up. They travel within state, not outside state. It's good. Oh, alright. No, but they use the highway. Hold on. Yo, YouTube pushing the shit out my last live I did yesterday. I don't know why. They need to start pushing more of my lives. Yeah, they had to get, yo, he was putting too much pressure on them niggas, yo. I told that nigga to chill, though, yo. I knew that shit was gonna happen. Well, I knew something was gonna happen. Like, yo, you gotta chill, bro. I don't think he knew what he was dealing with. Like, you're not dealing with just no average niggas, bro. Like, you can't carry them like that. These niggas is, yo, I keep telling y'all, yo, the nigga J Prince the father. It's the father, yo. J Prince the father had 2 federal investigations ended. Like, I don't think people understand what that means, man. Ended. Not exonerated. You know, it's a difference between him being exonerated and the case being ended. The man had 2 federal investigations ended. I'm talking about where it's multiple, it's 100. One of them was 78 bricks. One of them was 78 bricks. The other one was like 6-7 bricks. And when I mean ended, I mean everybody that was investigated went to jail. Everybody that got arrested during this investigation went to jail, served prison time. You know who didn't go? You know what I mean? Come on, yo. On one end, like I said, on one end is power. On the other end is compromise. You know what I mean? On one end is compromise. Because who the fuck got that level of power as a black man in America? How do you obtain that level of power? You understand what I'm saying? How do you obtain that level of power to where it's so you can get 2 federal investigations ended so abruptly that the Republicans held a fucking hearing with the police. They held a hearing at Congress with the police, questioning why was this investigation ended. Why was this investigation ended? Niggas was going to jail. Y'all was moving up the chain. Y'all had people, y'all was pulling people over with bricks. Y'all had phone taps. Y'all had federal informants inside of mob ties. What happened? Oh, we was told to stop. That's what the fuck, man. But like I said before, it will become a time, if they keep moving this way, where they're gonna force the federal government hand, and they will get indicted, because the federal government is not. That's why you don't play with them, because they always gonna choose the integrity of the force over you. If it ever get to a point where the integrity of the force is being questioned based off of things that's going on around this particular crew, they will make an arrest. They will. I just don't know if we there yet. I don't know if we there yet. Yo, they just locked up Big U, saying that Big U was basically saying that Big U was what's the word? For making people having to check in. Big U got booked for that. I think the same thing, if I ain't mistaken, be going on over there too. I think he was very open and honest about, you know, how they operate when you go over there. But somehow they just be allowed to get away with shit that other people can't. You know what I mean? It's a little strange. But we started this video off talking about 6ix9ine, man. I don't understand the purpose of that interview. I think Big Bank need to provide some type of clarity as to what was the true meaning behind this interview. Like I said, I think if he was gonna have it, even if it was just money involved, you should at least try to get to the bottom of some, you know, core issues that the community got with 6ix9ine. Namely, most importantly, the fact that, I think, you know, he been a federal informant since the beginning. You know what I mean? He been a federal informant since the beginning. The biggest question is, how is it that your driver was a federal informant? Nobody asked with all the interviews he's done. I don't watch his interviews, but I'm sure ain't nobody ask him this. How is it that you didn't know? How is it that you didn't know this guy who you spent all this time with was a Fed agent? How you didn't know that? How didn't you know that, man? Like, real talk, how the fuck didn't he know that? Like, and if you didn't know, like, there was no signs. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is, Frank. What it is? It wasn't no telltale signs, no late night phone calls, no strange texts, no, the way he was moving. It didn't. None of that rubbed you the wrong way. Like, how you didn't know that your driver was working with law enforcement? How you didn't know that? Where did you meet this driver? Because it looked like to me he was assigned to you. So, did you ask for him specifically? What agency did you go through? Like, real fucking questions, man. What agency did you go through to secure this driver that happens to be a Fed agent? Yeah, man. Somebody need to ask you that. If you're gonna be doing interviews, ask him shit that matter, yo. We don't want to hear about him calling out other rappers for being snitches. We know the fuck. So the fuck what? Like, that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. We don't want to hear that. Oh, y'all co-signing Gucci, but y'all ain't letting me in. So, all right. So, I mean, I ain't co-signing them, but you not them. You not black. You not black, bro. You just fucking Mexican, bro. You told on black man. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? What the fuck did you expect? No Whack 100 can't help you. No Vlad can't help But Big Bank just ruined his fucking image. Ruined. I think his image been ruined. But if you go to the comments, a lot of people looking at Big Bank wild. A lot of people. And I'm gonna go to watch the video. Look at the comments. Niggas like, yo, Bank, what the fuck was that? Because it didn't serve a real purpose. Like the interview didn't serve a purpose at all. No real questions or nothing. Yeah, he don't talk about nothing else. Like, we tired of hearing that shit. The driver was an informant, made a deal to report the crime because he and his family. No, I'm not talking about that part though, bro. What I'm talking about, what's up, Sunshine? What I'm talking about is, where did you meet this driver? I know why he became an informant. At least that's what they said. My question to 6ix9ine would be, where did you meet this guy? There's videos of 6ix9ine in the middle of the night editing videos, and the driver is right there like his bodyguard. You understand what I'm saying? Which means that you spent time talking to this guy. You spent time with him. A lot of time. Y'all had some type of like you had no inclination that he was the federal government? Or he was working with the feds? That's what I'm talking about. Those type questions. Yeah, he was an agent. Yo, he was an agent from the beginning. It doesn't matter what he meant. It does matter, y'all, because I think 6ix9ine was an informant from the beginning, too. What the fuck? It does matter what he meant, man. I think they both was working with the government from the beginning. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Be more Joe, like, I don't know. I think he need to answer that. What you, 6ix9ine kick one fee? He was an agent. The fuck is you talking about? You just said that he was a fucking agent. The fuck you talking about? He was an agent, man. He was he was a federal agent. He was working with the police. He was an informant. When you're an informant, you are a federal agent. It don't matter if you got a badge or not. Yeah, an informant is a federal agent, bro. If you kill an informant, you know what they're going to charge you with? If you kill an informant, you will be charged with killing a federal agent. Look it up. You kill an informant, you will be charged with killing a federal agent, bro. Hey, stop. If you assault an informant, you will be charged with assault on a federal agent. Because they are officially a member of law enforcement. Yeah, your motherfuckers stupid as shit, man. They are members of law enforcement. I'm gonna look it up for you, yo, since you don't want to do it. Hold on, I'm trying to get something to drink. Oh shit. Let me look it up for you, brother. Matter of fact, let me put this camera down real quick so I can do this faster. Hold on. Oh, shit. God damn it. If you kill a federal informant, what will they charge you with?
If you kill a federal informant, you will likely be charged with witness retaliation or tampering, which are federal offenses. These charges, under 18 U.S. Code
federal informant considered law enforcement? Is a federal informant considered law enforcement?
Confidential human source.
God damn it.
Provides
Is a federal informant considered law enforcement?
No, a federal informant is not typically seen as a law enforcement officer. They are
But,
civilians, often with criminal backgrounds, who provide
but rather
information
an
to
agent?
agencies like the FBI in exchange for benefits, working under supervision to help investigate crimes. For legal advice, consult a professional.
While they work under supervision to investigate crimes, they are typically civilians, often defendants of criminals, providing information to federal agencies like the FBI in exchange for benefits. Alright, hold up. Yo, it's still the same. Will you get more time for killing a federal agent than any other civilian?
Yes, killing a federal agent usually leads to harsher penalties.
Oh, not federal agent. A federal snitch. They still sentencing if you kill a cop. Yeah, yo. I mean, you right. You right on the verbiage, but it's all the same, yo. If you kill a federal witness, a federal informant, they're gonna treat you as if you motherfucking killed a federal agent. Maybe I should have said that. What's the yeah informant? I don't think 6ix9ine is wrong. There's an audio of the leader of the gang talking about yeah, they got their own charge, man. The 9 has multiple snitches. I would 6ix9ine, but you don't care because they black. Nah, yo, because yo, see, this the thing, yo. Cause why does that matter? Yeah, we don't know these other guys. These other guys aren't attempting to. These other guys aren't rappers. You know, these other guys aren't trying to motherfucking find their way back to prominence. You understand? It's not about them just being black. It's not about 6ix9ine being Mexican. Yeah, him being Mexican does play a role. And it should play a role. Like, that's what I'm saying. He acting like it shouldn't play a role. Why? Him being Mexican, yeah, it does matter. Him being a Mexican telling on black people does matter. It does. Just like if I was black and told on Mexicans, it would matter. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I'm not opposed to doing interviews. But these niggas don't want to talk to me. Because I'm going to ask real questions. See, and, you know, to interview certain people, you got to be a part of the game. I ain't playing no games with these niggas. I want to know, like I told you, I got real questions for some of these niggas. You know what I mean? It does matter, yo. So that narrative that 6ix9ine trying to push, you right. Yeah. Partly the reason you got blackballed is because you're a Mexican. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? Like I said, if I owned if I was allowed to own a taco stand in the middle of fucking Mexico, and my prices was higher than the rest of the resident vendors' prices, yo, they probably won't want me. They probably will want me out. You know what I mean? They probably will want me out, yo. Now you got this black. We allowed this black man to make money with us, and he taxing us. The black man who's an outsider to our community, we allowed him in our community to make some money, and he's charging more than our community members are charging. Oh yeah, he got to go. He got to go. It's the same concept. It's the same concept, yo. We allowed this Mexican into our community. Embraced them, some people. Embraced them. Made them rich. And then you told on niggas? Oh yeah, you got to go, brother. You got to go, my nigga. Ain't nobody wrong for that. Ain't nobody wrong for that, man. Yeah, ain't nobody wrong for that. Yeah, and oh, can't forget that part. And you disrespectful. And you disrespectful. So listen to him. Hold up. Can't forget that part. That part is important. And you disrespectful as a motherfucker. And you antagonistic. I don't.
Where the hate come from? I don't know, bro, because you told on some brothers. You told on some black men, and you're a Mexican probably. Oh, cool. All right. That's how a nigga probably feel like. So this is what I'm saying. So I told on some brothers. Who killed Nipsey? A brother. For sure. Who killed Vaughn? For sure. A brother. For sure. Who killed PNB Rock? A brother. For sure. Who killed Pop Smoke? A brother. Who killed Biggie? A brother. Who killed Tupac? A brother. Who killed Slim 400? A brother. Who killed... Shit! Down, nigga!
Yo, what did that mean? Like, yo, this what I'm saying, Big Bang. What the fuck was that? Like, yo, what was the point? Like, yo, did anybody catch the point in that? Because I didn't. Like, I'd have been sitting there like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, what does that have to do with anything? How are you connecting the fact that black people don't rock with you because you Mexican and told on black people too? Black people killing other black people. Like, where's the connection there, yo? I don't understand the connection. And he jumped up and down. Look at him. Like, he thought he really made a point. And Big Bank allowed this to happen.
Look. Where did the hate come from? I don't know, bro, because you told on some brothers. You told on some black men, and you're a Mexican probably. Oh, cool. All right. That's how a nigga probably feel like. So this is what I'm saying. So I told on some brothers. Who killed Nipsey? A brother. For sure. Who killed Vaughn? For sure. A brother. For sure. Who killed PNB Rock? A brother. For sure. Who killed Pop Smoke? A brother. Who killed Biggie? A brother. Who killed Tupac? A brother. Who killed Slim 400? A brother. Who killed... Shit! Down, nigga! So where did the hate come from?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I ain't understand that at all. Maybe I'm slow. You feel me? But I swear, like, I'm still trying to figure that shit out. Like, what did you walk down, bro? Like, everybody knows that black people and white people and Mexicans kill their own. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. You know, if you black, more than likely you're going to be killed by a black person. If you're white, more than likely, if you are killed, it's going to be by the hands of another white person. If you're Hispanic, more than likely, if you're killed, it's going to be by the hands of a Hispanic person. So I don't get it. Yeah, then niggas even allowed him to say the N-word. Well, I don't even know if he grew up around black people, man. I know he was in New York, but I don't know what part. Yeah, man. We don't even know if he even grew up around black people to even have that, you know, connection to the culture to where as though he can even say that shit. And people don't look at him crazy. I don't know. I'm just saying, yo, that interview, it just really didn't serve a purpose. Now, I don't think he ever gonna wake up, yo. See, yo, this is the thing. 6ix9ine knows what he did is wrong. Yo, whenever a person holds on to something for this long, yo, that was 2018. Yo, he told 8 years ago. He can't let it go. It bothers him, man. He probably can't sleep at night. Now, he puts on this front like he's fine and everything's cool. Yo, but he know he did wrong. He know what led up to the whole situation with the robbery. He know he played a role in it. He know he did some fuck shit. He know he did. He know he did. He know that's not a valid excuse to have told on them niggas. So it bothers him, y'all. And it's always good. He can't sleep at night. His soul can't rest. You know what I mean? Soul can't rest. It hurt him. Can't deal with it. He's gonna be talking about this shit for the rest of his fucking career. For real. Like, for as long as we know him, he's gonna be talking about this shit, man. Yeah, man. Well, Mero, what it is. Yeah, it hurt. You know, because he probably, 6ix9ine is like a Charleston White. He's like a Charleston White. They never been accepted. So when 6ix9ine finally got accepted by the people he wanted to emulate, like Charleston White, he felt like he was home, yo. Like, he finally made a name for himself. He's finally been watched. He's finally been, able to hang with these guys that he once wanted to be like. It's finally happening for him. So when it ended, he's like, oh shit, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? This what validated me. Like Charleston White. Charleston White admitted that he always wanted to be the slick nigga. But he couldn't, he was blind his whole life. He was missing an eye. He's still corny as a motherfucker. But he always wanted to emulate the rapper. He idolized these niggas. He idolized the street guy. He idolized these people. But he wasn't that. He didn't have the swag. He just didn't have it. He didn't have the history. He didn't have the resume. He didn't have what it takes. So it's like now, since he finally got it, at least in his mind, what Charleston White is doing is coming after the people that he once wanted to be like, or that he do want to be like, because of years of rejection. That's why Charleston White is so disrespectful to the community, man. He never was fully embraced. So now he think he got to say his sole purpose now is to fucking disrespect the people that he wanted to be. Because he's still not happy. Because he knows that at the end of the day, he's still an outsider. No, he wasn't always blind, yo. Yeah, babe. But no, he said he lost his eye as a kid, man. He lost his eye as a kid. He never played sports, so he never hung with the cool kids. He never fit the bill. So now he got money, he got influence. He's upset. That's why he's so disrespectful to black women, because he couldn't get no girls. That's why he's so disrespectful. Because now I can disrespect these people. They rejected me all my life. Black women look down on me my whole life. That's why it's fuck that bitch, you single bitch, you probably got 16 baby fathers. That's why he do that, yo. It ain't all just content. Like, he's not playing a character, yo. This is who he really is. It's a fuckboy. He's a wannabe. He's a wannabe, man. God damn, y'all shit slow as shit today. I'm about to go on this bitch go to sleep. What? Oh yeah. Charles White don't get respect, y'all. Like, back to the questions that Big Bank should have been asking these niggas since he wanted to interview him. Why did you really care about these kids? Because a lot of these violence interrupting type of people or community activist type of people, a lot of them do that for monetary gain. And it seems to me, based off of how you reacted now, that that's what you was in it for. Like, yo, it don't really look like to me you was really in it for the kids, man. Because if you was, I would think that you would continue this path because now you got the money to really make the changes happen. Why did you just abandon the mission that you was on? You know, because he say it wasn't no money in it, right? So now you got the money. Why are you not continuing the mission? Did you really care about these kids? Like, this question these niggas need to ask Charleston. Or was you just in it for the money? Because there is money, even though he said it ain't. But then explained the fact that niggas is making money. There is money in non-profits. A lot of money. A lot of money in non-profits. My man called them non-profit all profits. You feel me? Because it really is all profit. You don't got to pay no taxes back on it. It just look like to me, y'all, that you ain't not really give a fuck about them kids, yo. You just using it as a way to monetize yourself and to put, right, and to shine a light on you. You use the kids to do it. Like, my biggest question for Charleston White would be, how did you get to California? What the when you told this story on Sean Cotton about you was beefing with the police, they locked you up, put you in the mental asylum, and then you went to California. When Sean Cotton asked you, is that when you, and then it got quiet and you said yeah, what was he ready to say? Because to me, it looked like he was ready to say, is that when you became the phase? Or is that when you started working? But he stopped short of it and you just said, yeah. What was he ready to say? I know you know that interview, Charleston. We covered it on this page. Y'all remember the one I'm talking about? A few of y'all was over here when we covered that Sean Cotton interview. Sean Cotton was like, and that's when he was like, yeah. Y'all, Ball, I know you was here. You know which one I'm talking about, right? When he was talking about how he got to California, he was talking about the big beef that he had, and the community called him coons because he sided with the police. And then he was like, yeah, then I went to California, and Sean Cotton was like, and that's when you became and he was like, yeah. What was Sean Cotton ready to say? Can you finish that sentence? Let's go back to that interview. I'd have played it. Let's go back to this interview, man. What was this interaction about? What was you ready to say? Or what was he ready to say before you stopped him? I just think it's odd that a man from Texas ends up in California hanging with some of the early founders of the Rolling 60s. Then ends up at Nipsey Hussle's funeral. I just think that's odd. I think that's odd. Especially when you consider how close he was to government. Because Charles Mike's always played close to government. You know, with that work he was doing, he played real close to law enforcement and government officials. Then, not even just that, you know, like I said, the arrests. Yo, you have a laundry list of arrests. Why you keep telling people you're a civilian? Like, I never seen a civilian with this many arrests before. Like, if you go through these, like, you keep saying you're a civilian, but you've been arrested 20 fucking times. And throughout all these arrests, you said that you was, what did he say? He was, what's the word I'm looking for? Diagnosed with being, insane by ideology or preparation or something like that. Remember he said that? If that's true, how are you allowed to maintain your gun rights? How? You know, real questions. Not none of that dumbass shit. Because if that was true, you wouldn't have had no gun rights. How are you able to elude all these arrests and maintain your gun rights? How? Yeah, hell yeah, Frank. I ain't never seen nobody with that many arrests and still got their gun rights, man. I ain't never seen it. And he got some convictions. All of them, everything ain't get dropped. He done been on probation and shit before. I think I think Charles White and Whack 100 on the same team. I think they got the same agenda. I think they pushing the same line. I think they pushing the same line. Yeah, right. Why are you going around calling King Von a demon? I mean, I don't think King Von was a demon. You know, demons don't have feelings. You know, it's people that King Von did right by. Like, why are you running with this narrative that King Von is a fucking demon? A narrative that was placed on him by a fucking outsider from the UK. Like, why are you running with that, yo? Like, I think King Von was was killing to live. You know, you in an environment where you in kill or be killed mode, then yo, let's see if you're gonna sink or you gonna swim out that bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, but King Von do, yeah, you're right, Nene. But King Von did have feelings. You know, there's people that love King Von, man. King Von wanted to buy O Block. King Von wanted to put a rec center right across the street from O Block. Like, King Von had good qualities. So he can't be considered a demon. So why are you sitting there calling that man a demon, man? Demons are born. You know, I don't think you turned into a demon. I think King Von was turned into what he became based off of life experiences. I don't think he was a fucking demon, man. I don't think he was a demon. Yeah, for real. Like, I don't think it's fair to put that on that man. But my phone rate died. Y'all appreciate y'all as always. Y'all look like YouTube letting us get back into the algorithm. We'll see how long this lasts. I know I'm gonna say something that piss them off. But make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share the live. It's another day of Keep It G News. I'm out.